And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment. With me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for the brand new film, Bad Boys for Life. That's right, Bad Boys is back. Martin Lawrence, Will Smith return as their iconic characters. Have we been waiting and counting down the days and praying to whatever gods we worship that we get another Bad Boys movie? But it's here, it's out. Go check it out. So, and of course, obviously the big thing that we didn't get to see in this movie is the return of Michael Bay directing. We got a new director. So, probably a lot of people were a little nervous about this. So, this movie takes place maybe a couple years after the second one, literally after the second one. Because the second one came out in, 2003, I believe? Right, being a comment below if I'm right or wrong. I don't remember. It's been a while. Anyway, so, we got Martin Lawrence. We got Will Smith. Will Smith still wants to continue to fight the good fight down in Miami. He wants to keep hunting down criminals. And then, of course, you have Martin Lawrence who decides, you know what, it's time for me to retire. Time to put on some weight, relax, chill back, see my kids grow and do all that good, retired stuff. And then, of course, something happens where Will Smith's character, something happens where somebody's trying to kill him. Now, him and Martin Lawrence, they have to figure out who's trying to kill Will in this movie, and that's basically the whole movie. It's basically Will and Martin Lawrence trying to figure out who's trying to kill Will Smith in this movie, and then they get a new task force people who are supposed to be the new rookies who are trying to take over for Marcus and then from Will Smith and of course Martin Lawrence's characters. So, is this movie good or is it bad? Gotta be honest, the movie's amazing. First of all, I thought this movie was gonna be, you know how some movies it takes thousands of years to make, and then you want a sequel, and then that movie finally comes out, then it's like, oh, a little bit too late. That was my biggest worry for this movie. I love Bad Boys 2, and that movie was so revolutionary for what it was back in those days, with the actions, the chasings, that highway scene from Bad Boys 2 is still one of the coolest action scenes ever put in any kind of movie, from any kind of action film, whatever it is. That scene alone, you guys remember that highway scene where they're in the Ferrari and they're chasing down that semi truck with all the cars and they explosions and this and that. Michael Bay did a really good job with that scene, and that was amazing. So, going into this one, I'm like, okay, are they gonna capture the same magic? And they, for the most part, they did. They really did. You have Martin Lawrence coming out of retirement. By the way, Martin Lawrence still is hilarious. The guy's a genius when it comes to comedy. He's great. I missed him a lot of movies and TV stuff. His TV show Martin was always been my favorite. So that's legend. And him coming back to do this is like, oh, okay. Is it gonna still be funny? Is he gonna be great with Will Smith? It's like they never, separated from each other. They parted ways. They're doing their own stuff. Martin Lawrence did some movies. Then he decides to probably retire. Will Smith is still doing the movies at his age. And when they came back, it felt like they were still hanging out in the backyards of each other's houses, just sipping pina coladas or whatever. They didn't miss a beat. They all their chemistry was beyond perfect in this movie. They were hilarious. Their one-offs each other was great. Everything, every scene that they were in together, it just reminded you of why we love the first two Bad Boys together. They had such great chemistry with each other, and it felt like it didn't feel sloppy. It didn't feel misplaced. It didn't feel like, oh, they're just forcing it now. No, they felt like they like it was still 2000, maybe let's say 2006 when they did the third one, or back then after the second one. It felt like it was like that. It felt great. It looked great playing each other's characters again. That was awesome. Even the new crew in this movie, which was my negative about the movie itself, with Vanessa Hudgens and the whole new SWAT team that they were gonna have in this. I thought they were like, ugh. I thought they were gonna be like those comedy people where they have the jokes all the time. Every 5 minutes a joke, and then it's gonna be like, okay, it's funny the first two times, but then it's gonna be bad. No, they were actually really good. Each character had their own kind of like backstory to who they were and why they were on this specific team. There was a new female character in this who has like a little history with Will Smith's character, obviously. And then we saw Vanessa Hudgens. She was great in the movie. Small role, but still very good. And I was surprised how much screen time these new rookie cops were gonna have in this movie. I thought they were gonna be like maybe the beginning, and then Will and Martin do their thing, and then they'll come at the end to try to help them. No, they were pretty much throughout the whole movie. They were minor roles, but still they were all throughout the whole movie, and they were really really good. We didn't really get too much of a backstory with Vanessa Hudgens' character, why she's a cop and all this, but then we got backstory for the tech guy, the the cop lady, and the sarcastic one. We got backstories for them, but Vanessa Hudgens' character, we didn't get too much of why she became a cop and all that. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I have to watch it again. Maybe they did announce it, but I didn't catch that. So that would be my only negative about this movie. But everything else was great. The villain was cool. And, normally villains are just, there to cause some damage and whatever. No, the villain, he actually had a backstory in here too of why he's going after Will Smith's character. I don't want to reveal what it is, but it was like, yeah, I'll do the same thing too if I was in his shoes. If I had that same backstory with Will Smith's character, sure, no problem, makes sense. He was a cool character. He was a badass. I think everybody did a really good job of bringing this franchise back to life. Because Bad Boys came out so long ago, like almost 20 years, maybe 15, whatever it is, and it felt like it never left. It felt like it was there, took his break, did the next movie, and here we are with the next movie. And it's still great. Like I said, I enjoyed this movie because it's very rare occasions you get to see these old school movies come back with a new movie in the same world as it was before. I just hope, I'm crossing my fingers now for Top Gun. Hopefully it has the same vein as that first one. It's been a long time since Top Gun comes out, and that's always been my negative about certain movies where, oh yeah, we did a first one like 60,000 years ago, now we're going to do a sequel to it. Can it do good? Good. It could not, depends on how it is. But this one came out, it was great. I was worried about Martin Lawrence being kind of like heavy, how he is in real. I don't know if he is like that in real life, but he was fantastic in this. He was great. He never missed. He didn't look like he missed a beat. His action scenes were great. Will Smith is still Will Smith. That guy is just like amazing that he does, and he does have his misses too. But man, when you put them both together, it's like you want a Bad Boys 4 now. Now I want a Bad Boys 4, and I want to see where it can go from there. There is a mid-credit scene here too, so make sure you stay right after it, because yeah, that was a surprise to me. So there's that. But like I said, if you enjoy the first two Bad Boys, you're gonna like this one. If you've been waiting for a long time and you're super excited about it, but you're worried about maybe the jokes won't be there, the jokes are in here, people. They were funny, they hit the mark, and they were great. They even knew when to stop making fun of jokes when they needed to and be serious with action and all that stuff. The action scenes were great. They might not go down in history as the best Bad Boys action scenes, but they were still phenomenal in their own right. Their own, you can't compare it to number two's action scenes. I can't say if it's good or bad in both, depends on which action scenes I like the most. But I can tell you this, I like the action scenes more from here than the first one. The first one is great, because the first one wasn't as jokey as the second one was, and how action-packed that one was. It did have its action moments, don't get me wrong, but the second one was amazing with action. And this third one blows the first one out of the water, so there's that. But like I said, if you want the chemistry to come back and you want the same tone as what the second one was, you're not going to be disappointed in this movie. Go check it out. Go take a girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever it is. Go have a great time with this movie. And yeah, make sure you get popcorn, because this movie is going to be like, you're going to be like on the edge of your seat watching this movie, because I had a great time with it. I was so nervous about this movie coming out so late, because everybody wanted one. Everybody wanted this movie to come out. We always wanted them to do a third one, and now after seeing this one, I kind of want a fourth one now. I want to see if they can do a fourth one and see if they can capture the magic, if you will, again, because lightning doesn't really strike twice in the same time, same place twice. So can they do it again? Hard to say, but it all depends on how much money this movie makes. So go support this movie. Even if you're nervous about it, just go give it a shot. And like I said, if you like that the second one mostly, or the first one, if you like both of them, go check it out because you're gonna like this one a lot too. Trust me. And but if you don't, that's cool too. But I guess it's not for everybody. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about Bad Boys. And did you guys like it? Did you guys like the first two? Or you guys like, yeah, I give up on this already. Who cares anymore? Leave me a comment below. Let me know. Thank you very much and have a good day.